which the idea is that if there's a humanitarian emergency and everyone's stranded somewhere and somehow they have access to Twitter, maybe through their phone, and they send out messages about where they are, whether they're okay, who they're looking for, things they need. There could be 10,000 of messages coming in at one point, and so nobody has time to read that. So if it was possible to process that automatically, to sort out the important ones, maybe map them on a map, and maybe have all the missing persons listed in a database. So it's kind of semantic processing of tweets. And it already exists. So the first thing we've been doing has been kind of testing the system that exists, kind of getting a sense of what it does, and also writing some documentation, because there is some, but it was kind of confusing to us. So these guys have been sending thousands and thousands of tweets this morning.
She's become a spammer.
Yeah, we're kind of worried that someone will think there is actually a natural disaster happening in Toronto, because if this tag becomes a trending topic, there could be some issues. So I've been looking at actually the code base, because it kind of was created during a very intense period of time, I think, and it's not at all modular. It's all kind of one long code. So I'm trying to break that down and make it much easier for other people. Right now, it's also not public, so I'm trying to make it much easier for the other people to download, to hack on, and to make it into more of an open source project. And then
we're working with someone in Colorado for this.
Yes, who came up with this. And then these guys are looking at better ways of using these tags that at the same. Yeah, well, there's a conflict between trying to filter all the noise out, but then on the other hand, like not making it too difficult for people who haven't like gone through a 1-week training course how to use these tags. So it's an interesting challenge.
So you guys have been working with Kate Starwood.
Yep.
Kate was one of the winners of Random Hacks of Kindness a couple of years ago, or a year ago, for this project. But it's been used in Haiti, in Chile, in Boulder, Colorado, and in San Bruno. So every layer that projects happen with some of these things, they keep going. I think that's going to happen with a lot of the different RHoK projects, and I think with Open Data too, this is just a start. So,
yeah.
So 25 tags, Christine?
Well, roughly. I mean, but there are a lot of tags, and to expect, I mean, you're in a crisis, and to remember to use the missing tag if you're missing, or it's not really. We're trying to figure out a better way to optimize it, so that maybe there's just a handful of tags we have to remember, but then it still gets parsed in a meaningful manner. The important part is making sure the information gets parsed to where it needs to go. Missing people reports, or that's the real challenge here.
Sometimes, I mean, the location hashtag has to show up properly in order for things to populate the right columns. Well, if you're trapped underneath a pillar at Museum Station,
underneath
you're
the
not going to
Egyptian
remember to
column.
use the
location
location hashtag. You're just going to say stuck under pillar at museum. So,
but then the information gets lost. It's more difficult to capture
right
in a meaningful manner. So
we've been having trouble.
We're having a lot of trouble with
GPS.
geolocation, and we're trying to get that sorted out. And we're also having a little bit of trouble with just understanding how to put it in the message, because at this point it needs to be in a specific format in order for it to show up, and we want to try and make that a little simpler if we can, cut things down to the core, because we may be able to understand multiple hashtags, but Joe off the street, who's just signed up for Twitter and is trying to find their missing sister, isn't going to. So if we can cut it down to as easy as possible. And yeah, we looked at an app for on the computer. We're just now talking about mobile apps, converting to a mobile app, and we're also talking about putting a script together that we can pass out to TV and radio, so that they can tell people, here's how you can